Hello, you guys. Miss Steele here. This week we have been talking about value and form. So value is the lightness or darkness of a color. And form is whenever we take something flat and we almost try to make it look like it's 3D. And that's going to be our focus for this project. So what you're going to need is a blue piece of paper. This is going to be our background. I also have another small white piece of paper because I'm going to cut out some clouds later because we're going to make a hot air balloon. You want some colored paper. I have purple and yellow. You also want a pencil and an eraser. Definitely art tool basics. You want scissors and glue. And then you want something to color with. And I have some crayons and markers. As well, we're going to be drawing a circle. And so what I found was something that was round that I could trace instead of having to draw my own circle. This will make it a lot easier. So we're going to get the stuff we don't need right now out of the way so we can focus on what we need to. So first, what we want to do is we're going to make the top of our hot air balloon. And we're going to make it into a circle. So I'm going to put this in the middle of my paper. This is kind of at an angle. Towards the top so I can have the top of my hot air balloon. I'm going to hold it down and then I'm going to use my pencil to draw around it. Like that. So now attached to our hot air balloon, we want to have a basket that people could be in. So underneath, what you're going to draw is your basket. So I start out with one line in the middle, and then I'm going to draw another line underneath it. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to take these two lines and I'm going to combine them together. Like that. We want this to be attached to our hot air balloon, so what you can do is you can add some lines to attach it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start outlining. I want to give my basket some texture. So to do that, I'm going to show you guys. So first I'm going to outline it using my brown marker. And now what I want to do is I want it to look like it's almost like a woven basket. And to do that, I'm going to add some lines down the side. It's almost like whenever we made ice cream cones. Like that. And then I'm going to turn it so I can do lines going the other way. And then we're going to cover up our hot air balloon using our other colored paper. So I'm going to get this outlined and colored in, and then we can move on to our next step. So what you would do now is get this all colored in, and then we're going to add stuff on top of it to make it round. So I have this colored in. I colored in my basket and my hot air balloon. And now what you want to do is you want to grab your colored paper. And what we want to do is we want to cut them into long strips like this. So being careful, I'm going to start cutting some strips, and I'm going to use these on my hot air balloon. You don't want them to be too thick. So I'm going to cut some strips out of my purple and out of my yellow. So I'm going to go through and get a bunch of strips cut. You can draw your lines before you cut them out if you want to. Like that. Or if you trust yourself and you think you can cut a strip just on your own, you can try it on your own. Sometimes drawing the lines really helps whenever you're cutting them. I'm going to get these cut out, and then we're going to start putting it together. So I have my strips all cut, and now I'm going to show you how we can add these onto here to almost make it look like it has form, like it's 3D. So you want to take your strip of paper, and then we want to fold a little bit on both ends because we're going to put glue on here so it can stick onto here better. Like that. So I have both my ends folded. And now I'm going to take my glue, remembering a dot is a lot. We want to be a glue master, not a glue monster. And I'm going to add 2 dots of glue. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue both ends around my hot air balloon. So I'm going to put it down, and then I'm holding it down with my fingers on the inside, on this inside where we folded those flaps. I'm going to hold it for a second because glue, unfortunately, doesn't work like magic. And sometimes it needs a little help to stick, but you can do that by holding it down. And so we're going to keep doing this and adding these all around here to make this look like it is bouncy and coming out of our paper and has some form. So again, I'm going to fold my edges just a little bit, and then I'm going to do it on this side too. And then I'm going to add 1 dot of glue, 2 dots of glue. And then I'm going to press this one down right here, and then I'm going to bring it to the other side. And then I'm pressing it down using my fingers on the inside where we made those flaps. And now I think I'm going to switch to purple again. And again, I'm going to fold down my edges. 1 edge, 2 edge like that. And again, I'm going to add 1 dot of glue, 2 dots of glue. And then you can choose to go over on top of it, or if you want to go underneath it, you can do that too. I'm going to add this one right next to my yellow. And then I'm going to press it down using my fingers. And now I'm going to go to yellow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start lining them up, going all the way around. So I'm folding in my edges. I want to fold this one a little straighter. And then I'm going to add my glue. And now I'm going to put this one right next to my purple one I just did. I think I'm going to do it on top of it. Right here. And then bring it around. And then I'm pressing it down using my fingers. So I'm going to keep going all the way around, using my strips of paper to add to this, following the same steps where I fold down one side, and then I fold down the other side. Adding a dot of glue, a dot of glue, and going around my hot air balloon, using my fingers to hold it. So I'm going to keep working on this, and then we're going to check in for our last step, and we're going to use this white paper to cut out some clouds to put in the background to make it look real nice. So I'm going to keep using my strips of paper to add all around my hot air balloon so it can look big and bouncy. Alright, so I used my pieces of paper that we cut, or strips of paper, and I went all the way around, so we don't need those anymore. And now we have a 3D, trying to find the best way to show you, hot air balloon. You can squish it down and you can see I didn't cover every single little area, but I feel like if you put enough, it'll look very full. So now our last step is adding in some clouds. What I like to do for my clouds is I like to draw a bumpy line, like that, for my clouds. Maybe I'll draw another one over here so you guys can see. A bump and a bump. So I'm going to try to fit in a few clouds in here that I can cut out and put onto here. So I'm going to get my clouds cut out, and then we're going to glue them on here. Then we'll be finished. Okay, so we have our pieces cut out. So I'm going to start gluing on some clouds. This cloud I cut in half because I want to put 2 on the edge. to almost make it look like it's going off the edge of our paper. So we'll put this one here, and maybe this one up here in the corner. And then we could probably fit this cloud right here. And then we'll put this one up here on the edge, and I might have to cut off the extra. Glue the edge of this one so we can get it flat. And then we're going to put this one over here, maybe in the corner like that. And because it's hanging off my paper, I can flip it around and cut off the extra. And I can fit in this extra somewhere if I want to. Maybe right here. Because hot air balloons are up in the sky, so they would have clouds around them. Alright, that is our hot air balloon using foam to make it all bouncy in 3D, and that is it all done, you guys. I'm excited to see how your projects come out, and I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, your evening, your afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Bye, you guys.